TV radio. Stay tuned.
TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elevated TV and Radio. You are listening to Elevated TV Radio. Elevated TV Radio. We dare to lead.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV Radio. It's the Thursday edition of the show. Special shout out to Stephen Oko for making this show today possible. Thank you for the massive and incredible support for sending us the funds that get us going this morning. And special shout out to every other person. Hey, Yemi, special shout out to you as well and everybody who's pushing us. This morning it's going to be very, very interesting. Got my Charlie's Angels back again with me on the Thursday morning. Not sure if I'm going to be here tomorrow morning yet. I'm supposed to be going to Anambra, but we would see. It's not confirmed. Flight's not confirmed yet, but we would see if we go. And then I'm not going to be here. But if we don't, I'll be here with you guys tomorrow for the show. Having said that, let's. I hope I did it more than Stephen Oko, OKOH. Yeah, special thanks to him for powering us up this morning. It's Stephen Oko, or Stephen Oko. I don't know, even me, I don't know how to pronounce it anyway. But just reached out to me last night and on Instagram, my DM, said today came true for us. But this morning, I've got my wonderful angels. But before I bring them on board, for those of you on Instagram, you already seen them. Before I bring them on board, let me say this: that you know how they say never say never, never say never, right? Some last time out when the World Cup was going on, um, Jordan Henderson was just on another level against the Arab war, the whole LGBTQ battle, the whole where the rainbow armband, the whole talk about these people, their culture is not good, the way they do things is not good. Well, Jordan Henderson is about to go because Liverpool have agreed in principle and they've let him out of their preseason camp. So he's getting set to go play in Saudi Arabia. The things we say that comes back to bite us. I don't know if it's integrity. I've also said a lot of things that I would not do. I don't know if one day I would have to eat my words, but that's what I see. Yeah, somebody munched the headline and sent to me and said, "You said you will not go back to work in your former place. You will not do this. You will not do that. Hope one day you will not be. Your story will not be like Henderson." And I said, I am very, very sure of the positions that I have taken, and I'm going to live by them. I'm not sure my situation is going to be like Henderson because, again, all of these people you're mentioning, I'm not sure any one of them can offer me £700,000 a week for me to eat my words. They're not that rich, okay? So it's a different conversation. But having said that, yeah, the economy is still biting everybody and nothing has changed. It does look like it's getting worse. And you know how they say it does get worse before it gets better. But that's what we said at the start of Buhari, that, it's going to get worse and then eventually it's going to get better. We might have to endure 8 years of pain, but the policy signs, I'm not a body language person. People are very quick to talk about body language. Oh, that the body language is good. I'm not that guy. So I don't look at president. I didn't vote for a president to go and give me body language. I'm not a body language person, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the body language is good. But what I'm going to say is, I think that it can't get worse than this. It can't. We all agree that look, subsidy must be removed. And when we were all saying that, we actually never prescribed a way to go about it. So this is not me. I'm not going to come here, even though I didn't vote for this president, but he's my president now for until whatever happened with the case in court. One of the things I'm going to say is I'm over 40, so I'm not in a place where I am even able to blame anybody anymore. We're in a place where we need to start looking. Where do we go from here? Okay, now that we're here, where do we go from here? As the Portuguese will say, "Quo vadis." So where do we go from here? It's very, very important to think like that than blame people. Because listen, if you want to blame people, it stir up a whole lot of anger, unnecessary argument, and puts you in a place where you make enemies out of friends, because you won't even see the person you're trying to blame directly. The people you will see are people who are supposed to be your friends, people you're supposed to partner with for growth out of this situation. Again, a lecturer once told me in Canada that when things are in chaos, that's when you get in touch with your creative side. So I'm going to repeat it to you guys. Now that we're facing this chaos that we're facing, let's us all get into our creative side, eliminate waste. Be mindful of places we go, where we go, what we do, and be very, very focused. It would help. It doesn't really alleviate the whole problem and all that, but it would help. Don't share information that you're not sure of. Don't join conversations that you're not sure of. Don't help to spread fear. Don't help to spread unfounded rumors. That's all I can appeal to anybody on my space right now. Having said that, let's come back to the show, and let me start with my girls, Joy Bassi and Awesome Uche. How you doing? How was your night, the rest of your day yesterday, and the start of today?
Well, my day was fine. It was good, and yesterday was okay. This morning was fine.
It was fine. It was okay. It was fine.
Okay, so okay. Yesterday you're looking like a choir mistress. Today you're giving us hip hop stuff. Okay, so let me start with you. Yesterday I started with you, right? So let me start with you. Jabasa, what's the story? What's the gossip you've got for us today?
Yeah, Regina Daniels has been selected as the social secretary of the Women's Senator Association of Nigeria.
Is Regina Daniel a senator now?
What senator wife?
Oh, senator's wife have association.
I just actually discovered that today.
What are the things that am I living in this Nigeria? Please, do you guys are okay? So I know of NAOA, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives. I know the police officers' wives as well, and all that. Senator's wife association.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and now there's celebration at the 1900, but he built his own G-Wagon in Enugu State.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
but you cannot build another person's car, so the celebration should be adjusted. You can't build another person's car. You can be sued for that.
Yeah, but I think it just shows his creativity.
Yeah, but then it should build its own variant, its own design. You can't build you can't reproduce another person's trademark work.
Yeah,
no.
But just like we did it by himself, so it's like a celebration to his work, like what's next.
You see this thing called celebration there. So it's like you go home now, you tell your mom that you just bought your own. What's the new iPhone that is coming? 14 Pro Max, 15. Okay, so me, I'm not going to ever feel by that phone. No, I say it's not. When I use the word ever, it's not like I'm limiting myself. I will not be able to buy that kind of phone. It's over $1 million, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. No, no, I'm not cut out for that. But if, for instance, you bring that phone home and your parents are celebrating, they're actually encouraging you to do any criminal thing you've done to do that. So I'm not celebrating. I'm not raining on this parade, but I don't think it is legally right for you to reproduce another person's car. Like you can improve on what has been built, like customize it, but from scratch up, you can't build and then name it a G-Wagon. Like I don't think it's good for him that he's done that, but I don't think that it's the right thing to celebrate, so that we don't open up the doors for people to. It's like somebody said, I've created elevated TV and radio, my own elevated TV and radio in Enugu, and I was like, hey, they're impersonating us.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, right? So that's the same thing with the G-Wagon, as far as I'm concerned. He could have called it any other name. He could have, put his own name. But G-Wagon is a Mercedes-Benz trademark product, and it's a global trademark. So it's not like there's a statute of limitation that you can do it in Nigeria. The German franchise does not get here. No, I think that's here where I have a little bit of a snag in it. But any other thing, congratulations for his engineering geniuses and the rest. Let's hope that he continues in that path and find the right set of people around him to help him get better.
Yeah, and story from Hollywood. Ariana Grande has divorced her husband.
Ariana.
2 years. What's the name? Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez. But because nobody remembers them. Like, I remember them when I had the news. Like, she was married.
They all belong to Gen Z. So I don't know that. I don't know those people.
I literally forgot she was married for this thing. Like, she was married.
Ariana Grande is that girl that was in this movie, this children movie, not iCarly, the other one.
Victorious.
Yeah, she was in Victorious, and then she was in another one
Sam
again.
Cat.
Yeah, she was in Summer Cat. Yeah, Summer Cat and my kids are watching. Okay.
Yeah.
That's small. That's short girl.
Yeah,
That's small girl.
She's grown up now, and also
Really?
from child actors. Dylan Sprout is getting married from Sweet Life of Death.
See, even all these Hollywood people are getting married. I'm counting down to when we hear the other side of the story. The part two is the divorce. So Ariana Grande have given us a part 2. So when's the part 2 of that one going to come?
Like, just got married. I think this weekend just announced it.
Let's
that
chill.
they got
Let's
married.
chill. Let's not get
waiting for
married.
his twin. His twin.
Okay. Let's wait and see. Sister, what you got for us?
Well, today, after 3 years of being accused, popular doctor Olufunmilayo Harvey has been found not guilty for the rape accusations laid on him by his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
The
story was a very funny story.
This rape story has been going back, and everybody that has been accused of rape are now not guilty. Ekelemono, as my Igbo brothers will say, I'm greeting everybody. I'm just greeting. No, you can go ahead.
Okay, so a gateman in Delta State has been taken to prison and has been sentenced to life for defiling an 8-year-old girl.
Okay, you deserve that one. You deserve it. You deserve it. I don't know what I'll do anyway. Whether I have a 9-year-old daughter, I'm always using her as my example. Like, okay, Mohammed is a gate man. The matter not reach police station. Not reach police station. Yeah, I don't think. I have a very bad knife that have 2 edges. No, I'm not gonna reach police station. Police don't come. It's not police business. It's my business. I take care of my business. That's as far as I know. Why are you looking at me? I take care of my. You're not gonna reach police station because I won't be satisfied with life imprisonment. I won't.
Won't you still get arrested after you murder somebody?
Let's wait and see. No, I won't murder him now. Why would I murder him? I just cut his barrel off. I'm all right. Yeah. Don't worry. Let's get back into the arena of the conversation.
Okay, so Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are on a trial separation and are living apart.
What is that even mean? What does that mean? Trial separation. Mrs. Edafe, come. This country don't have. Let's do trial separation. You take the 3 children. Let me just be on my own. I will not be sending money.
I heard that it was not. That they said that they're still in a relationship.
No, they're not divorced. They're just living apart.
What is that?
Sure,
what does that mean? What does that mean? And then I said they're trying to get to know each other. So they were strangers before. I don't understand. What? See, please, you my Gen Z people. These are the things that your generation do. What does trial separation mean?
They just want to try the separation and see if it works.
Okay.
It's
like they want to shoot suit again. So maybe Megamaka wants to go back to her job and
she did say
have
she
inspector and the
wants
rest
to
of it.
Going to Hollywood.
I swore, I told my wife that this marriage cannot stop this woman from acting. That lifestyle, that light. See, Even small radio that it's hard to break away. It's hard to break away from. Spotlight, that's Babalawo marriage that she went to go enter. Well, was saying that I wish I'd taken a bet with my wife. I mean, go sleep myself. She not pay me. So my wife nearly ever pay. She lose bet, but she win. If you bet with my wife and she wins, you go vomit the money. Yeah. You must vomit the money. Even Monopoly, we were playing Monopoly. As she was losing, she scattered the Monopoly. I don't understand. And she now said I didn't win her because the game did not end. That is a mistake that she scattered it. Yeah, let's play another one. Now for where? Now I'm stuck with Monopoly Go. My children themselves don't even take all the money. My son tell you I have $1 million. $1 million. Let's hear more, my baby girl.
Okay, so cars and roads damaged in Johannesburg as a gas explosion reached through the road.
Those underground pipe, man. And they're just having their first snow in a decade, though. Shakash. Well, it's sad. And I have my friends in Joburg. Friends, Baba, now you people should be very careful in that area. Now, don't smoke cigarettes, don't light matches, so we don't have problem. Hey, Peter Rupert, thank you very much. 2K1 in the bag. All right, so is that the last story you have?
I have one more.
One more?
Yes. And
Okay.
the last one is Toby Amazon says that she'll fight her accusations against her.
Yeah.
She's actually like she said that she has done this thing regularly, that she doesn't know what's happening, why the athletics this thing is saying that she missed it, that she used to regularly do it. So she's going to fight the thing. And the Federation Athletics Federation in Nigeria saying that they don't know what's going to happen now because a US based, she's in Nigeria but she's based in US and she runs for US, has been stripped of her gold medal because of the same thing. So so they don't know what's going to happen now to Tobi Amusan, but she's still because she has a World Athletics Championship in Budapest, so she's still going for it. But right
obviously
now,
she'll go until
they
the appeal goes through, and then we'll find out what happens. But this is my take, and I've said this before. But then they said because my sister was involved, that's why I was defending her. When Blessing Kagbari was accused of doping, because I know her and I know she would never dope. I stood my ground, and the sad part was a lot of Nigerians. Shut up, there is that we've had like 3 or 4 Nigerians. It's not possible. Something is wrong. Somebody is targeting us. Somebody is looking at us that, oh, we have a weak sports minister. We have a weak federation. Nobody's going to come out and speak. And the way our athletes are rising, we might just have number one across all platforms, from 100 meters to 200 meters to hurdles and the rest. And they need to eliminate us. And that's the only way to eliminate us, because we've primed our team in such a way that they are not ready. Tobi Amusan is not a druggie. I can speak for her, and I know a lot of people that go because she signed on to my company, right? We have our image right, so and that's for full disclosure now, and obviously whether we like it or not, we're supposed to defend her, but that's not even the reason. That's not even the basis for me to say this. I've said this before from the Tokyo Olympics that Nigerian athletes are being targeted, but people are not listening to me. Let's keep our fingers crossed. One day the truth will come out. Sometimes it might not come out. I remember when I was way back younger, somebody said that Bob Marley didn't die, that he was assassinated. And people said, "No, it's not possible. Who wants to kill a musician?" Well, truth has come out. CIA assassinated him. When they said there was weapon of mass destruction in Iraq, I mean, I was growing up then. I didn't believe, because it didn't make sense for Iraq to be talking of weapon of mass destruction. How do you build it? How do you, there was no evidence of it, but then they went to war. 12 years later, the idiot Tony Blair has come out to apologize, but nobody's doing anything. And these things are just targets. And, oh, okay, these Nigerian athletes are now beginning to look like they want to become, domineering. And you know how it is. Once they dominate, it's hard to pull them down, because other people get inspired and then keep getting to do better, and then they don't want to. So let's rub them all all of their major heroes, all of the ones that everybody is looking at. Very soon, nice. Next is going to be Esebrome. Everyone that the young Nigerian athletes are looking up to, Blessing, Toby Amuso. The next one is going to be Esebrome, Divine, Okorodudu. All of them, just rub them with the gloss of drug and say, oh, Nigerian athletes are cheats. And then parents will begin to say, no, don't go and get into the athletics that will make you become a drug addict and the rest of them. And then all their image will be splattered in negative. I know what is going on. But right now, I'm sounding like a madman. This is sounding like the rantings of a madman, but time will tell. Well, thank you very much for all of that you guys have had to share this morning. The one that got me is Senators' Wives Association. I don't. Wait, Mohammed no go here forget to Senators' Wives Association.
Like the first one, it's like that season meeting.
I don't want to know. I'm not interested. I don't want to know. Nothing concerns me. I don't want to know. No. Nothing they do concerns me. Everything they do is stealing the money that was meant for us. So I don't want to know. So let's come to the news segment of the sports conversation. Jordan Henderson is set to leave Liverpool's German training camp to decide whether to move to Saudi Arabia after Al-Ettifaq agreed a £12 million deal. Liverpool's captain was left out of the side's 4-2 win in Karlsruhe on Wednesday. Sorry, my people from another world are disturbing my word on the digital space. Let's get back. Okay. On Wednesday night, after Al-Ettifaq came back to the table with an offer the Anfield club were happy to accept. Henderson had held discussion with manager Jurgen Klopp earlier in the afternoon, and the decision to was mutually agreed. Al-Ettifaq, who do not have financial backing from the Public Investment Fund, which is PIF, unlike Saudi's 4 top clubs, were initially reluctant to come up with a transfer fee, but after things stalled over the weekend, they returned with a structure and timing of payment that met the Liverpool's approval. Mauricio Pochettino feeling good right now. If you're a Chelsea fan, you should be happy because you guys beat one club that looked like wrestling 5-0. Mauricio Pochettino kickstarted his Chelsea reign with a 5-0 win over Wrexham in front of a sellout crowd on Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Wrexham in what's it called? Mania took over the University of North Carolina, but the League Two outfits were, as expected, dominated on the pitch by the Premier League giant. It's very early days for both sides, and Pochettino is definitely getting used to his new team amid the summer rebuild. But let me tell you, those of you who don't know Wrexham is a club that is owned by that guy that did Bodyguard. What's it called again? That movie that Samuel Jackson did. Bodyguard. Hitman's Bodyguard. Yes. So that's the guy, Ryan Reynolds. That's the guy who is there himself and his friends bought this club, and they've turned this Bisalo United into Wrexham United or Wrexham FC into a club that is a lot more just as popular as the best club. They've had their own All or Nothing Netflix special. They've Amazon special. They've also gained promotion and gone on Hollywood vacation. They turned the world ball. There's always class. There's class in everything. And Chelsea, even though it's preseason, with the quality of players that they've got, have shown Ryan Reynolds that you might be the hitman's bodyguard, but this football will tear you apart. And they shredded them apart by 5-0. Does this show a sign that Chelsea are going to be one of the teams to beat? Are they on their way up, or this is just a friendly and it means nothing? But hey, that's the song they're singing. I'm all the way up, starting from the bottom. Now we're here. Starting from 12. Now we're here. Okay, but let's see how it goes. Anyway, let's go to Arsenal, another team that won 5-0. It turned out to be rather one-sided indeed. Arsenal's 5 goals in contrast to their opposition's one shot on target. Declan Rice made his first appearance for the club. A brash firework display rung across the stadium in American style, and Mikel Arteta used 21 players. Yeah, it went. So that's a 5-0 win for Arsenal. Alexander Mitrovic has sworn by his father and mother, that listen, I will never play for Fulham again. Yes, I would rather die. I would rather commit suicide. I will never play for Fulham again. I didn't know they are enemies of progress. They beaten my wife and naked she. I will never play for this club again. And that's what is happening? Kilomashi, what is happening to you? There we are on your vote because he was speaking to his family members. And he said he would never play for Fulham again after they slapped a £52 million valuation on him to word of Al-Hilal from signing him. But we joined them to go to the US store because he wants to enjoy the burger and the cheese and all the fries of America because that's where original burger is. All this one that we're eating here is bread, meat, and cheese, not really burger. When you want to eat burger, you go to the home of burger. So he's just going on the trip, but in his mind of mind, he will never play. That's what he has said to his family members. So, but you see the thing about football is what you say to family members sometimes might not be what you say to the club. So let's wait till he goes to the club and tell them what you want to think. Okay, so let's talk about Kai Havertz a little bit. Yesterday, we talked about the fact that 14 shots volley he made in the Etihad bus, he missed all of them. Well, this time around, he scored a volley for Arsenal. After an appalling performance in his last night's cross and volley portion of the MLS Skills Challenge, Kai Havertz showed them how to volley and put it in the net. Havertz said, I don't score in training. I score in all those things. I score in match. I'm designed to score in match. Havertz similarly saved his one-touch scoring for the All-Star game itself in stoppage time of the second half. The German was on the receiving end from a Marquinhos cross, took a touch off his chest, let it pass, then rifled it into the net and passed New England Revolution goalkeeper George Petrovic. Well, that's what she wrote. Arsenal won that game 5-0. Don't forget that with the arrival of Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, wow, we're setting up another FC Barcelona. How come a former Real Madrid player is signing former Barcelona players? I didn't know former Real Madrid players to sign. David Beckham or former Man United players to sign. Well, as they have arrived in America, it's hard not to dream of MLS becoming a top league. The All-Stars proved currently reality is much harsher because when they played against Arsenal, it didn't look like they are Galacticos at all. They were not All-Stars, they were all Mughals. Well, Johnny Evans, we thought this guy retired, football has ended. But with Manchester United saying, Harry Maguire, get out of here, to the left. They say, okay, Johnny Evans, come and show Harry Maguire what he should have been doing, how he should have been playing. And this man, like Lazarus, rose from the dead and showed up. Okay, Johnny Evans, he made his second Manchester United debut and looked like he's never been away. According to fans, it's not often that a regulation challenge in the 70th minute of a pre-season friendly is met with a similar response to a goal being scored. As Johnny Evans slided in to tackle Leon's Patme Umbo and clear any impending danger, the majority of the Murrayfield crowd rose to acclaim their unlikely returning hero. Evans was playing in the famous red shirt of Manchester United for the very first time in 8 years. Wow. In the friendly in Edinburgh. Judging by the reaction from the fans, absence has made the heart grow fonder. They didn't like him before, but I think that things have changed. We're talking about movement. Everybody's packing your bag. According to Timida Kolo's famous song, I pack my bags and I'm leaving town. I bought a one-way ticket and I ain't coming back. So some of these guys are traveling. They are not coming back to their club. They pack their bags. People like Jordan Henderson, pack my bags. I'm leaving Liverpool. Okay, I bought a one-way ticket. I ain't coming back. But that's not the only person who's packed his bag, because a certain Algerian maestro, one of the best first touch player in the world, one of the best ball control experts in Africa from Africa, Riyad Mahrez, yes, is set to complete a move to Al-Ahli after Saudi Pro League outfit had £30 million offer accepted by Manchester City for the winger. As Algeria ends his fairy tale with the Premier League tenure. Again, another clear the road. Yes, Victor Osimhen is most likely going to be African Footballer of the Year. As these things are moving, you can see they are floating away like tebe on top of water. The Saudi outfit earlier upped their starting bid of 18.5 million to 27 million, but were forced to go higher. Still after the citizens rejected both proposals. Right now, Riyad Mahrez is flying to Riyadh. What a ride there. Riyad Mahrez from Algeria flying across the little water to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Well, let's look at Tottenham a little bit. Tottenham are planning with Harry Kane up front this season, says coach Ange Postecoglou. Well, we've seen this team that you're saying, we had it with Harry Redknapp. Oh, Gareth Bale is not going anywhere. He's part of my plan. He showed the team is built around him. Luka Modric is not shifting. He's going to be the core of the team. Well, they went to Real Madrid. Both of them, they went to Real Madrid. I've heard this before. If you've not heard this before, then you're not a good football fan. But I've heard it a whole lot of times. So when do you think the Harry Kane will play at the end of the season, as he expects stars to stay despite Bayern Munich interest? Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. According to Matt Barlow in Perth, Ange Postecoglou confirmed he is planning for the season with Harry Kane up front in his team, in his Tottenham team. Well, let's wish him the best of luck. So talking about Perth, that is Australia. In case you don't know, Australia is what everybody call down under. Yes, that right now in down under is happening over there. That the World Cup, the FIFA Women's World Cup have officially taken off. We've had a lifter. As they say, Houston will have a lifter, and it's the 71st minute on the clock. The New Zealand women are leading the Norwegian women. Once upon a time, Norway used to be one of the best football playing nations in the world when it comes to women. Well, it was the 48-minute goal scored by Wilkinson that provided, that has been the difference between both sides. No yellow card in this game. Hannah Wilkinson is the one that has made that happen. Let's just hope that either Norway finds an equalizer or New Zealand continue. Remember, Hannah Wilkinson plays for the Melbourne City women's team. She's age 31, and she was born on the 28th of May, 1992. Yeah, that's all you've got to hear from the down under the World Cup going on in Australia and New Zealand. And it's beautiful when you are hosting, you get to win. So the two hosts are playing today. Later, by 11 o'clock Nigerian time, Australia women will play against the Ireland women, the Irish women. Let's just take it for granted that plus referee, plus football and everything, Australia might win that one. By 73 minutes on the clock in New Zealand, New Zealand still leads by a goal to nothing. Before the show ends, this game would have ended, or probably, I think I expect the game to end before the show ends. I will keep you updated on what is going on in that region. Let's go back again, talking about Ange Postecoglou. I'm done with that story. Man City are set to break the world transfer record for a defender after agreeing a £90 million deal with RB Leipzig for Josko Vardiol, as he is called, as they invest fund from eminent Riyad Mahrez sale. Now I'm gonna come to this conversation a bit. Vardiol has risen to prominence since his move to the Bundesliga in 2020, making 87 appearances for Leipzig and winning back-to-back German Cups. Okay, this guy had a performance in the Champions League against Manchester City, and I said that time that, look, Manchester City, if not for the fact that they are spoiled for choice with the kind of defenders that they have, I would not be surprised at the end of the season that they will go for him. Look, even with the spoiled for choice defenders that they have, so much so that they are even able to play John Stone in the defensive midfield position, they still gone for him. And now for £90 million, that's some money, man. Man City are not joking at all. But I would put every cover I have on the table and say Man City will not defend the Premier League title. I don't know anything about the Champions League. That's a different conversation, because I don't know what Madrid will plan to do. You know, that's their territory. You only go there and steal it for some time, and then they come back again. But I'm saying Man City will not win the the English Premier League this season, looking like an Arsenal or any other team can take it. But let's go to Fulham. Fulham make £50 million move for Nigerians left and centre back Calvin Bassey, as Marco Silva looks to strengthen his centre back options ahead of the new season. The 23-year-old has 4 years left on his deal at the Johan Cruyff Arena after joining from Rangers last summer. Marco Silva is seeking to bolster his defensive option. How is it that all of a sudden they bought Martinez from the same Ajax, who had just 2 years remaining on his contract, for almost 80 million? They bought Julian Timbers for 40 million. Now it is time to buy a Nigerian player. It is 15 million. Now, wow, Nigerian players' prices they go up. Why are we always cheap article? Anyway, let's go to Manchester United. Manchester United bidders, they are now worried. They are afraid that the Glazers won't sell after they failed to obtain a £6 billion asking price, and hated American owners will definitely still be in place for the start of the season. Manchester United, una don't believe, because at this level, una cannot bembe, our cannot go straight. Somebody is going to fall down for another to rise. It's the Machiavellian principle, so there is no need to get angry. Those of you frowning your face or squeezing your face like monkey will lick lime, now your business. If you're a Manchester United fan, the truth of the matter is, devil would always be cast and bind. And you guys are the red devil. Forget the fact that I'm wearing the red shirt and sitting on a chair that have red leather on it. It's just comfort. It's got nothing to do with the devil. But you guys are the red devil. And right now, Glazers are causing the casting and binding problem for Manchester United. They say, what is going on with Manchester United takeover? It has been the question on the spring, this summer, and could well turn out to be the question of the autumn and beyond, and even into winter. Remember, I posed this question to my friend and Martin Tyler, one great commentator of the game of football, and this answer is almost the same, that he doesn't think that the Glazers want to take their hand off the plow completely. So let's hope that your fasting and prayers, this is the time. If you know how to go to the mountain as a fan of Manchester United, this is the time. And if your prayer works, because I hope that your God is the God of Elijah and not the God of the prophet of Baal. Because if your God works, maybe it will work. But if it doesn't work, I hear that what God cannot do does not exist. But then it is down to the type of God that you're calling. And it also depends on if Jehovah Jireh, the God that provides, or Jehovah El Shaddai is the God that have interest in football business. Because if it doesn't have interest in football business, your prayers are just going to be, what's that thing they say in the Bible? You pray and miss. You be praying and miss, like I have it, and like Obama, in Chelsea jersey, you pray and miss. That's just what I can say to you. Well, let's look at some of the transfer rumors and gossip extension. Yeah, Chelsea are working on an improved offer of £80 million plus add-ons for Brighton 21-year-old Ecuadorian midfielder Moises Caicedo. Chelsea are also considering bringing McGoey back to the club 2 years after selling the England defender 23 to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have put a Chelsea on increase £60 million violation for Goy, who still has 3 years remaining on his contract. But then Kevin Bassey have 4 years remaining on his contract, and it's £50 million violation well, I don't have anything to say. Manchester City have targeted Barcelona's Brazil winger Rafinha 26 as a replacement for their Al-Ahli band Algerian winger Riyad Mahrez 32. Rafinha. What do I know? Newcastle are on the brink of selling French winger Alan Saint-Maximin 26 to Saudi Arabian side club Al-Ahli for about £30 million. I told you that story yesterday. Now it is crystallizing. Al Nassr, the club of Cristiano Ronaldo, have improved their proposal for Bayer Leverkusen Moussa Diaby, with Aston Villa also having submitted a second bid for the French winger who's 24 years of age. So it's no longer about old players going to Saudi Arabia. It's everybody that is in the market. Very soon they will sign him. I'm telling you this. Crystal Palace will place a minimum £70 million violation on 23-year-old Mali midfielder Cheikh Dakore. And then Arsenal wants to sell, what's his name now? Florent Balogun for 50 million. Arsenal, they swear for now. It's only 100 million. Okay, let's keep on going. Tottenham are considering a move for 26-year-old Brazil striker Pedro, who plays for Flamengo. Well, let's see what comes out of that one. A bid of £50 million could be enough for Bournemouth to beat the likes of Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, and Real Madrid to the signing of Spanish right back Ivan Fresneda, the player that Arsenal wanted to sign 2 seasons ago and last season from Rio Valladolid. Let's hope that they get the best place for the player to play and grow and become a better player. Fulham have made an initial offer to Ajax of about £15 million for Nigerian defender Kevin Bassey, who's 23 years of age. God forbid that deal to go through at that stupid price. What's wrong with you, Fulham? Are you crazy? You said you want 60 or 80 million for Paulinia, and you are pricing a 23-year-old Nigerian player for 4 years. What's wrong with you? What's strong in you? I will go and call Kamibassi's mother now, who's a school teacher, to come and flogging people. Seriously, what's wrong with you? Serbia striker Alexandra Mitrovic, the guy who made it happen for a lot of people in the FPL last season, has said he would never play for Fulham again after they turned down 2 bids from Al-Ahli. Well, you have a contract. I don't know how you plan to do that unless you start scoring own goal against the team. But let's wait and see. Atletico Madrid have given Portugal forward João Felix 23 the go-ahead to complete a dream transfer to Barcelona. Jesus Christ. Barcelona fans were bragging that deal will not happen. It's about to go down there. Okay. Chelsea could complete a move for Montpellier, Elie, Wahi. All this type of name. But Atletico Madrid are also in the running for the French forward who's 20 years of age, Elie Wahi. Okay, Wahi, Waha. Sounds like a Chinese. Wahi, Waha. Let's go. No problem. Tottenham have joined West Ham in the race to sign Conor Gallagher this summer from Chelsea, who are believed to be holding out for a fee of around £40 million for the England midfielder. £40 million, 23. What's it called? Kavibasi, 23. How is Kavibasi not cheaper? Okay. Arsenal are tracking Dynamo Zagreb 20-year-old midfielder Martin Baturina, okay, who impressed for Croatia in the European Under-21 Championship. Valerie are interested in signing Portugal fullback Cedric Soares. Fast. Come and take him, please. We will put in private jet and send it to you. Real Betis are interested in West Ham Spain midfielder Pablo Fornals, 27. That's a good player, as well as Tottenham Argentine midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso, the player who played well only against Arsenal. Tottenham have given Colombian defender Davidson Sanchez, player Mugu, 27, permission to hold talk with Strasbourg and Spartak Moscow. That's your way out. Okay. Yes, Angie Pososkoglu have decided to show you to the left, everything to that side. Get out of here. Okay. Wolves are in talks to sign former England left back Aaron Cresswell, 33, from West Ham. And finally, Napoli and Torino are in contention to sign French midfielder Boubakary Soumare, 24, from Leicester. Let's hope that deal goes through and it goes to where it will play regular football. Let's come to your comment and your talk in on the digital airwaves. On Instagram, we have not too many comments. Hey, see you there, Samsuji. How you go that side? Supposed to come here, but I'm a bit busy. Okay, I will try come and see you guys either in Asaba or in Warri. Don't worry if you come now. Then let me not talk about that one in public place. Dante 2310, he say good mornings from this side, listening from side as usual. Enjoy yourself. Army, you don't show up again. I mean, where have you been for a while now? I'm not seeing you. Okay, it's a very nice speech, boss. Good evening from this side of the world. Thank you. This one, you don't really balance. Some people they morning, Sunday evening, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. No balance at all. Hey, Dante 2310, it says Senators Wives Association. That's why I say, as you take care of, that's why I take care of. They say they don't do for like 10 years. Okay. Hey, smart 18. He said, greetings, bros. Greetings to you. Steve Oko, thank you very much. Hey, where we for day without you? Thank you very much. God will bless you. I bless you again. Good measures, president, shaking together, running over. I know they talk about church. Amen. Give unto your bosom. Not say they talk about church. That is it. Okay. Yeah, answer me now. I do things like say I did wrong. I still know my Bible smaller. Phil Bobby of the Boa Group Limited. How far I go down there? When bring food, more shop, and I be Boa Group. Not bring cement shot to block our stomach, but we want to build us. We ask for cement. He said, "Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm late. You're not really late. You came in early compared to others." He said, what's the transfer rumors of Mohamed Kudus? If it's the rumors you want to hear, there's a rumor that Arsenal is looking at him to use him to buy him for 40 million. I'm using as competition or backup for Bukayo Saka. That would be a good one if the deal goes through. But there's also talk of Thomas Partey not leaving again. So let's see. Zimbabwe, say your brother has gotten appointment with the presidency. You hope you know. Which my brother? But I saw him. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him on social media. I said, okay. I mean, I wish him well. I'm happy for him. That's what should I say? But it's not my brother. Don't call him my brother. He's very. He's not even interested in being associated to Delta. He changed his name from Tega to Ortega, like he's from Argentina, so he's not my brother. Farami 14 say, why are you surprised by the association? Is there no association for everything in Nigeria? But I didn't know that senators would allow their wife to have association. I don't understand what are they gossiping. Bobby say Hitman Bodyguard. Yes, that's the name I was trying to remember. And they say, is Thomas Partey still leaving the club? From what I hear, he's not interested in staying. And for the record, it was actually Thomas Partey that wanted to exit. It's not like the coach wanted to sell him. So it's like we're going to have him again for next season. But I was praying he goes quick. All this move that other people are making shouldn't be a last-minute move where we no longer have a replacement, especially now that Moise Caicedo is still in the market. He should go. And then I'm just surprised that nobody's trying to buy Eddie Nketiah. That's going to be just a ball we go hoop for versus truth, especially if we not sell for Larry Balogun and the guy is not willing to go on loan. So we're going to just have all those guys playing in that team, and they should sell Eddie Nketiah if they will keep Balogun. If they don't want to keep Balogun, if they want to keep Eddie Nketiah, they should sell for Larry. That's what I think. But I know we're playing in the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, Champions League, and in the league. So and the league is ours to win. So let's see how I go. Anyway, well, starting on the YouTube page, there's a whole lot to bang on, and starting with plenty of comment coming from Diolari Waju. He said, I think Arteta and Klopp are dealings are looking good so far, at least on the face of it. We will see what the season portends. And then he went and says, okay, we're starting to thank Steve Oko. Says, Steve Oko, thank you very much. Okay, then Elijah says, so Gerard has joined Al-Ettifaq. He said Al-Etiquette. You know well. He said Al-Etiquette. And now Henderson about to go there. Make them they pray, make them no come buy Premier League as a whole. LOL. Okay, that's funny, but it's a possibility. They already have Newcastle. For you know now, they'll buy us not. No. Americans will not sell. The lot of Saudi they show say money, not the best way to shut people up. I'm telling you, even your critics will become your friends. Let me say, people criticizing Kai Havertz of not scoring on the volley challenge. He now scored a volley goal in the match. Chelsea fans and English media, they see if it go flop in Arsenal. Well, it's a long journey to go. It's not really one signing that Arsenal fans are over the top about, but it doesn't mean he's a bad player. We're practically judging him based on his Leverkusen performance. If we judge him based on his Chelsea performance, the only good thing is that it will go on record as a player who won you your second Champions League, but not really exceptional performance. Let's be honest. Let's be practical here. Let's remove banter and beef and all this and be practical judges' performance. But then again, you can also argue that the Chelsea team of last season and even the season before was a very bad Chelsea team. So you could say the team have not had good coaching, has not really done well. So you could relax about that. But let's see what good coaching and Arsenal will do for him and see. Let me say, boss, what is your opinion on the news Thomas Partey will stay? Are you okay with it or you like him sold? I actually wanted him sold, okay? Because I do think that the injury concern is a worry for me. But beyond his injury concern, I also think that it's going to slow a bit. The Premier League is still a fast league. And with the fact that last season Liverpool, Chelsea had a very bad season by their high standard, they would put some more pressure to want to do well. And some of the other teams in the Premier League, like the Brighton and Hove of this one, the Fulhams of this one, the Brentford, the West Hams, and all those teams, Aston Villa would, look for the top systems that they would want to take their scrap. And Arsenal could just be that, especially if they can isolate him. But we'll see how it goes because I still don't believe that Declan Rice is his direct replacement. If we're going to play Kai Havertz, then Declan Rice is his direct replacement. Him and Jorginho would just be those, experienced backup to want to call in if you want to lock up shop, you want to take out one striker, and you want to fill up that midfield. Just probably will be the guys that you bring in to come and turn the midfield from a midfield 3 to a midfield diamond. It depends. So you now have 2 pivots at the back and 2 others up front there that create a cube or a diamond. Depends on what the coach wants to do maybe in the last 30 minutes of the game. That probably might be what they will do. And then again in January, we'll start hearing that he wants to move. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. My own is, if we're going to sell him, let's do it quick. Originally, I want him sold. Now, I don't want to see that Fofana for Monaco have been bought, Caicedo have gone to Chelsea, and then eventually moves again, and then Arsenal does not have anybody to really go for. That's a solid player. Don't forget that I said, what's it called? The guy in Lazio, I think he's gone to Saudi Arabia as well. So there is a whole lot of players in those positions that we don't have. And looking at the Premiership, there's McAllister, there's Enzo, there is Zoboslai. All of these players have been bought by other clubs. So you got to be very, very careful when you're selling. The timing is a key here. As the Bible will say, time and chance happen to them, or timing is a key here. If we don't sell him at the right time, then we better stay with him and keep him to the end of the season and let him go by the end of the season. But if we really want to sell him, this is the best time. There's still open windows. Chelsea is still struggling. Let's say, for instance, we sell him for 40 million, which is the price that Arsenal is looking at. And then you get a 50 million of another 40 million from Inter Milan to sell him, to sell for Larry Balogun. If you sell those to 80 million, then you can boldly say, okay, let's top up 20 or 30 million on top and go and buy Moise Caicedo. If you have a Moise Caicedo in that team alongside Declan Rice, the expectation is you're going to win the league title. Right now, there is still a chink in the armor. There's still a little bit of weakness in that team, in terms of the bench. The starting 11 is fantastic. I don't know what Kai Havertz will bring. So I'm still a little bit, the jury is out on Kai Havertz, but I know what Declan Rice will bring. He will up the ante, he will bring leadership, he will bring fight, he will bring movement, transition. He's also a player that doesn't get injured unless the demons of Arsenal gets to him. So let's keep our fingers crossed. My answer to your question is that I want him sold, but the timing is important. Farami Fortini say, why would you want Partey to leave? I honestly believe we need him to stay. That's your own. I'm not arguing with you, but I don't want him to stay because it's going to be slower. I mean, I've seen him live play football in Abuja, and I've seen him play for Arsenal. I can bet everything I have it will be slower this season. Players will take and play. You see that thing that happened to Steven Gerrard against Chelsea where he ate Ogbolo and Dan Baba went to go and score. It will happen to Thomas Partey this season. That if Arsenal keep him and they rely on him for big matches, it will happen to them. Go talk about. But let's keep our fingers crossed first. The Al-Ahli says brand name is very important. It should call it a name never known or branded before. Excellent job though. I celebrate the talent. Talent is not in that. But calling it G-Wagon is what I worry about. Peter Orupa say, good morning, Elegote, good morning to you. Seems rape, now the best ways ladies, the cash out these days. The penalty should be clear before the case is tried. Anyone found guilty should face the penalty supposedly meant for the rapist. I think I agree with you on this one. Yes, why I would not even sit here and condone rape. I think that the whole idea of, once you're successful, somebody just come and say he raped me, and then first off, even when you're free, don't forget that affair stays for a very long time. It's hard to clear, right? So I think it's a very, very dangerous thing that these women are doing now because they keep going. A time is going to come where people are going to genuinely be raped, and people are like, forget, they don't start again. That's what women do, and it becomes a problem. So that's where I worry about this one. But like you say, I agree that the penalty should be spelled out clearly. If you're not raped, you're not raped. And if the law finds out that you're not raped, you would face the exact penalty that the man is supposed to face. That mayor, he said, of my boss, what will you say about the story about Chief Justice of Nigeria called president to prepare for rerun of election or judiciary? Just they disgrace us. See Chief Justice of Nigeria involvement in politics. Well, they are politicians themselves, so I can't say it's a disgrace. If he called the president to prepare for a rerun, I don't think that's a disgrace. I think that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, his job actually is to help the president, advise him on the law and interpret the law to the president. That's the job. If I'm correct, that's the job. The legislative arm of government is to make this law, to bring this law. The judiciary is to interpret the law and advise on the legal side. So cases in court, there's a legal position to this. So the Chief Justice, the CJN of Nigeria, is supposed to advise the president. Oga, I'm looking at this thing by the interpretation of all the testimonies and evidence that have been brought to this court. I put it to you that, Oga, go and wear your canvas. The record, you don't hear that Wyclef song. The record is not over yet. The record is not over yet. You need to go warm up. You need to do 40 laps because you need to jump, start on the run. Because we don't know if after now we will eat corn, or we will take advice from a madman, or we will articulate this because it is not over yet. I don't think that's a disgrace. Let's be very fair and be honest so that we don't use this platform to confuse people. Having said that, Yorokiri, Emmanuel, Semingo Bros, Brando, pre-season result don't really matter. I know fit they carried away even if we beat Madrid 5-0. You know, all the people who say these things, I always look at them as people who just want to talk. You know why I say that? When your team is not playing preseason and they're beating you 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, that time it will matter. You will not know that, preseason, it matters a lot. But when your team is winning, you want to be arrogant, you show your chef anyhow, you not say preseason don't matter. It matter, now preseason, I need to determine whether your team will do well. Look at all the teams that have had a great preseason, they've gone on to do well. Look at all the teams that have had bad preseason, okay now. We know ahead. Yes, Peter Rupa said, what is your take on Toby Amusan missing 3 tests, even when she did just few days before the scheduled one she missed? So I don't really agree that Toby missed those tests, right? It is one word against the other, and it's difficult because, again, I already have my bias against this thing. I think that Nigerian athletes are getting targeted. I've said that before, maybe before you joined in, and I'm still going to stand by that because the pattern. Okay, look, Blessing was banned. Till today, they've not told us the drug she took. They say it's hormone wanting. That same hormone is the same reason why Caster Semenya is still running. So I have issues with the unbalanced position of the law on that one. So if they say Blessing dope, okay, which drug she take? You know, because people have not gone into the technicality of this conversation. Which drug gonna find for our blood? What the test wanna do? Which drug gonna find? That's something nobody's been able to respond to. They didn't say she missed any drug test. So for Toby Amusan to say she missed a drug test and then she's saying that she has not missed anyone, am I going to stand here and believe some bunch of idiots who have not been consistent all their life? Nah, I'm not going to take that position. So I don't think that I would agree to that for any reason. Well, people will say I'm biased. I mean, Toby Amusan is one of my athletes, so everybody's going to always say that argument. My angels are freezing. Please just move aside this way. If you before you faint on my hand. Okay, don't worry. Let me save you. I think this will be fine. Okay? Sorry. But this place needs to be cold now. Come on, what's that? Farami Fatih say, if you watch Arsenal preseason last year, you won't be too surprised about how our season went. So preseason, my brother, he doesn't do that. He form arrogance. He show he's a very proud human being like that. The Larry Wajid said this trial separation now hush divorce now. Most times didn't they know each before married, and I don't know. I beg they don't shop Belefu Jare. European man say club for me. I see Liverpool as the only contenders to City title, even though City go still win am again. Now City is not winning the league title, but Liverpool as contenders, that one I'm not going to sit here and agree. I take exception to that talk. Liverpool will struggle to make top four. Have you heard that Fabinho have left and Jordan Henderson, Mr. Consistency, is also leaving, and Liverpool have not enforced that defense? That defense, okay, now we shall see. We shall see. I can run my ball. You will see. You will see. We will see each other very soon. Okay, and move further down. Do you remember where have you been? He said, what's the name of that female basketball player again? Which female basketball player? Which one? I don't know the one you did talk about. The other one say everything get association for Nigeria. After all, Yahoo Boys Parents Association said, really? Is that Yahoo Boys Parents Association?
I don't know. But
Is it true?
I don't know. But
the police should just go and arrest all of them now. Well, if police arrest all their mother, how the children will call her? It's just but you know the funny thing. Let me even tell you one funny thing that I'm noticing. You know that nobody has ever been jailed for doing Yahoo in this country. Yeah, nobody gets jailed for doing Yahoo.
But the EFCC are arresting people now.
EFCC, once they are hungry, don't say that me talk this thing. Once they're hungry, they'll go arrest Yahoo. What Yahoo boys do is the law makes them to plea. Say, okay, yes, I don't have my 1 million. Yeah, when I take 500K, man, take 500K more rest. So they are actually, these Yahoo boys are actually agents of the law enforcement agencies too. They are working, they are sales boys. They sell, they go hustle and they share profit. Nobody goes to jail for Yahoo business. No, nobody. I don't know. The law does not make them go to jail. Yeah. Just get a good lawyer. 419. Nobody goes to jail for doing 419 in Nigeria. It's just like politicians. Nobody goes to jail for embezzling money in Nigeria. No matter how you be. Wait to this is 1923. They say Yahoo Boys mother group. They had that long time ago. Really? Where I did? Am I in Nigeria? I've left this country, but I'm still here. That's what it feels like. If these things are true. Okay, let me continue. I'm just hearing this right now, Sha. Let me say, Oduni Chidi Odira. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. Then I would say, probably Mahrez was named after the city he is going to play in Riyadh. Okay. Best Igbenosa, my guy. He said, you're doing great. Elevated TV, radio, more grace. Thank you very much. Hey, Papa, showing up. Yeah, hey, Papa, I greet you. Peter, I say, bro, so Harvard go flop for Arsenal or any EPA team in go. Why? You take your babe. Why you angry? You bet on Harvard and you lose money. Why you hating? Hate the game, not the player. Come on. Why are you hating on the player like this? Brother man, be coming down. If maybe ready for an hour car, turn your lights down low. Your light is shining too much. It's blinding people eye right now. And open your window curtain. You don't understand. Take it easy. Let love. Oh, let that love come shining through. Let love come out of your heart. Don't be hating somebody this morning. This morning is too beautiful. This is a lovely morning to show love. Oh, you don't want love, you want hate? You want hate? You may be see people in this building, they want love. Show some love, okay? Show the brother some love. What's wrong with you? What's wrong in you? Okay? And let me go and turn this show into a love show now. Yeah? It's a sports show. Let me turn it into a midnight, 11 o'clock show in the night. Okay, so let's go back. Urupa say, bros, Harvard go flop for Arsenal. This is some hating, man. Or any EPL team he go. I know him well. Okay, used to be your next door neighbor. This man, I know him so well. I never lose my respect for him. Okay, I understand. You used to live next door to him and you know him very well. Okay, it's too slow. Babatov was very slow. Dennis Beckham was slow. Kanawakwa was slow. Those people, they succeeded in the Premier League. And as two of them succeeded at Arsenal, one succeeded at Tottenham Hotspur and also at Manchester United. So slow is not an Abijah. Slow is part of the game. And the ball has to get to his feet before he anticipates his next move. Kanawako was like that. That's a disadvantage. He can flourish. He can't flourish anywhere. Okay. We don't want him to flourish. We just want him to play. flourish if some people will want to flower. We don't want to flower. We just want to play. We are here to play. We are here, oh Father. We are here, oh Son. Holy Ghost, we are here. Come and take control. You never hear that song? That's the song that they are singing for Kayaman. So don't worry yourself. Here's a Patrick said, Bros, I know say today, not be Friday, but I want to ask, why other countries for African Union, they demand visas from Nigerians currently? How many of them you like to go? If they are demanding visas, that's their country. They chose to demand visa. We too should demand visa from them. And you for me, I told you, no problem. If they not go allow us enter their country, make we to no go. My mother go say, if they don't want you, don't play with them. Have a big day, play with your family, stay in your country. There are countries all over the world that allows us to come to their country, go there. The one will not allow you to go their country. And stay in your country, fix your country and stay in your country. Okay? And don't worry yourself. Oh, Lord Mayor said New Zealand first time in their history to win a World Cup match. That's always the first time. First call is the deepest. Maybe I know. Yeah, very first time I set my eyes on you, my heart go big, big. Never heard that talk, that line for toasting. You know all these Gen Z, they need to toast them again. They just say, hey, Alpha, they don't agree. And they even agree before you toast, so that time is different. But there was a time when we toast. Okay, as a Patrick say, Liverpool title contenders right now, them fit no make top 4 safe. Don't mind that, bros. Just say them title contender. That team won't use my emotions play next season. They don't put your emotions for inside Kalo machine. And die, you go die next season. Next season, I'm here you for this place. But I can't wait for the season to start, Sha. There is a whole lot, in my head. I won't go back to my prediction days. People have worried me too much. Let me try and see if I can make winners out of people. But I don't want to make people to just think of me as a bad prediction person. That's it's very annoying. It's disgusting. Oluwaseyi Adebowale say first time I can go back to watch the highlights of Chelsea game in a long time. We've been starved. You people have suffered. You have suffered. And if you are not careful, you'll suffer again. But it's looking like it's Manchester United that want to take the garment of suffering. They will suffer. There's a Patrick, he say, I don't get babe. The club where I use do babe, they break my heart pieces. Toxic relationship where I know fit live, you will die there. Okay, woo. What a cool. Hey, Liverpool will pull your liver for you. Well, it's on this note that I jumped to Instagram and round up everything that we have done here today. Let me see this one other person. Dante 2310 say they help buy gadget for their wards, even go to her A-list place for them. I don't understand this one you talk about. He said Yahoo Boys Mothers Group had that a long time ago. Really? Yahoo Boys Mother Group. He said they help buy gadget for their wards, even go to her A-list place for them too. I don't understand. That is 23. That is say Harvard would succeed in Arsenal. Is a good finish. Maybe once they finish out. Wish him all the best. We'll surely miss him. Okay, thank you very much for that, for missing him. He's also very happy to miss you too as well. And it says, Baba, your prediction, they help with FPL. Hope you don't set your team. Nobody reach now. They never sign players. I have to set team when we say FPL never even open set. They don't open. I don't even know set. They don't open. I don't know. Well, this is where I draw my cuts on the show today. Hopefully we're here tomorrow. Once again, I want to say massive thank you to Stephen Oko for providing us with the fuel and everything to make sure we run the show today. If you love to support us, please reach out and keep us going. It's not been easy, but we thank God for His mercies. Well, my name is Ida Matthew. You love to come in the Lagos Sports. I know enjoys here, also Buche, and this my African Queen Jane Bassi that's in the Francophone side of town. That says she prefer data to food. But that you see that yellow upon there and food come first. Save my life before data, before playing on the phone. Well, this is how we draw the curtain. Tomorrow is another day for here. fine, but stay away from trouble. Anywhere there is trouble, violence, be on the opposite side. The only place you're allowed to put violence is on social media, but don't pass wrong information. Fake information cause more problem, but you can just banter people, especially in sports matter. Anything aside that, politics, fuel matter, take your mat, come out your mat for the matter. So that we will have peace. There should be peace in the land. Bye bye, and have yourself a wonderful day.